Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Welcome. Welcome to the Price of Love today. I am Valerie, and you know Amy over there. And we are sorry for the delay today. Life happens around here sometimes, and it happened this evening. And it's happening even more because I can't get my audio that I was going to share tonight to play. So I'm going to keep trying to work on that. But because I really want to share the PayPal audio. So as you come in, tell us where you're from. At least say hello. Hey, Anthony. And hey, Cindy. Thank you for sharing, Anthony. Thank you for sharing the link. And since Anthony's here, I want to go ahead and tell y'all something we're super excited about for tomorrow night. Before we get started, we're going to do another little video coming up, and that is we are finally going to start telling the full story of Anthony Scott Thompson, and we are going to do that story on After the Shuffle, and we are starting that tomorrow night at 7:30. So I think it's going to be some, different parts to it. So we're going to start from the beginning, or maybe our beginning. I'm not exactly sure. And kind of work our way through how Anthony Scott Thompson and that whole thing took place. So Amy and I both will be joining tomorrow evening. So Amy, go ahead and play Face Down Tragedy, which is Anthony, who him and Chef Jay were on the show last week with us. You know, Anthony has actually worked on this little teaser for that, and we're going to show it here tonight too. So, Amy, can you go ahead and play that?
You love the money that you got from her. You took all that money.
I have money to take care of her when I'm home.
Yeah, yeah.
You're such a poor book as bitch.
Yeah, I am, but you took $5,500 from her.
Hello, talk to me, dumbass bitch.
What are you laughing at?
I forgot about how he called you all those names.
Yeah, he totally called me a broke ass bee. Yeah, and that was, of course, after he was exposed, but we will get into that more tomorrow night because he just wasn't a very nice person. But most of these scammers are not.
Nope.
You know, they really are not. So, hello, Jay.
Aloha.
So, hello. But anyway, I spent so much time yesterday trying to get the daggum video or the audio to work for this. So I'm just going to, again, let me go back before we move on, that we will be on after the shuffle tomorrow night at 7:30. And I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, Tony, that it will be on YouTube and Facebook, correct?
No, I wasn't
And you thought you
crying.
were crying.
I
I
was
thought you
just
were crying at first,
cracking
too.
up because I forgot that he
You
called
would
her.
think she would cry
You
over
are
the way this
lagging.
person was speaking to her mother. I mean, come on.
You are
So,
lagging really bad.
I'm lagging. I don't
And you
doubt
keep
it. I
freezing.
don't doubt it. At this point, there's nothing I can do.
Well, guys, I think she froze up, but yeah, definitely check us out on YouTube and Facebook on After the Shuffle tomorrow at 7:30. We're really excited to go on there, and we appreciate the chance to be able to do that with you guys. I don't really know what to do. So we're experiencing some technical difficulties. If this isn't an accurate representation of how the day goes. Um
Come on now. Come on now.
I was sitting here like I don't know what to do because she's the one who does everything.
Well, you know, I don't do everything, but you could have shared the video or the slide or something. I mean, come on.
Oh, it was
Right.
pretty good, Chef Jay.
We are going to talk about this first. I didn't black out my email address up there.
Just ignore it. Act like it's not there.
Yeah, well, if anybody wants to email me, I rarely check the email, but I did actually go looking for a scammer email that day, and this was actually in my inbox, and I don't know how well y'all can see it, but I just kind of wanted people to see how authentic these emails do look. It says PayPal. It has a transaction ID and a date. It addresses you by name. So they look pretty authentic, right? Amy?
The only part that I would say would not be authentic would be one thing to look out for in these emails is going to be the way PayPal spelled. If PayPal sends you an email, there's not going to be a hyphen in PayPal. And plus at paxful.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's automatically like a red flag because once again, if PayPal's going to email you, I think they have their own email. I think it's at like paypal.com or something.
I actually think PayPal has got to where they do not email you anymore, actually, from the research I've done. And somebody can correct me if we're wrong on this.
The only time that they do is if there's like fraud, like they think that something's wrong with the account or what's the other reason? I was talking to somebody about it today. I don't remember what it was though. But they got a legitimate email. It was from legit PayPal. But because there was activity on their account that they didn't do.
Okay. I am going to see if it's going to let me open this again now. It may not, but oh, is it going to do it? Please play. Please play.
It's not.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, that's the other thing. If they update their terms and conditions or their terms and agreements, that's another reason they'll send you out an email.
Okay. Actually, Amy, I'm going to let you, while I run over here and see if I can get this daggum audio, because I really want it. I am going to let you, because this is some of the things I actually covered in this. So the first slide, when we're talking about your email addresses on these PayPal scams, will it let you change the slide, Amy?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are just some of the things to watch out for. Go ahead and just talk about that real quick while I see if I can get this audio to play.
Okay.
I'm still listening.
Number one is always check the full email address on the emails you receive. Don't just look at the name, which is something that I already kind of covered, which is if PayPal's emailing you, it's going to be from PayPal. I think it's paypal.com or paypal.com. I could be very wrong. But it's definitely not going to have a hyphen in their name. It's definitely not going to be from some random Paxil or whatever that was. So in order to view the email address, if you don't see it, would be to click on the name that it came from at the top. If you click on that, it'll drop down and show you the full email address. So going back to what I stated, a legitimate company like PayPal, they'll have an obvious email address. And then in this case, the email address that this email was sent from was accountsteam.jane.karan@icloud.com. PayPal is definitely not going to email you from an iCloud. So nothing identifies them as a legitimate PayPal. Read the entire email. Don't panic when you see a large amount that is supposedly being charged to your PayPal or other account. That large number is meant to scare you and to make you call them before doing your research. It's meant to get...
Oh. Hang on, Amy. Hang on. I've got to pause this and I don't know how. Okay. Could you hear that?
No.
Okay. Well, it may not work after all. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
So it is meant to get a panicked response. So before you call that number or any email you receive, contact your bank. Always contact your bank if you receive an email. They'll be able to tell you if you have any charges that are already processed and posted into your account or if they are pending. Even if they're a pending transaction, immediately after that transaction does occur on the bank side of things, we can automatically see that.
Yeah.
Regardless if it was 2 seconds ago, regardless if it was 30 minutes ago, we're going to be able to see it regardless. You're not going to be able to see it if you most of the time you probably will not be able to see it if you access your online bank account because it's that new of a pending transaction. If you don't see it in your online account, just double check with your bank just to make sure.
Now, if we can get this audio to play, even I'm going to try to share the screen and see if it can be heard that way. If we can get the audio to play, you're going to hear where he tells me, because I said, should I call my bank? And he's like, oh, no. I mean, it's not going to be showing up for 2 to 3 days with your bank.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that, Anthony. I thought that it was and I put it up there at the same time, so it negative out. So It is an at paypal.com domain, so that is good to know. I thought that it was, but I wasn't for sure.
Okay, let me see if it's going to let me share this, Amy, before we move on with the PowerPoint.
Okay.
And we'll come back to that because I want to kind of go through this if it will let me. So hang on. You know, y'all just kind of pray that this is going to work. Okay, wait, where'd it go? I'm not used to sharing the screens. Amy does this. Where'd it go?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
This?
No, because that's not playing. Okay, hang on.
Today's just full of them good old
Okay.
technical
Tell me if you
difficulties.
Tell me if you can hear this. Can you hear it?
No.
Hey, Amy, I know how we can do this. We will just completely and totally improvise. You got your phone laying there?
Sure do.
Well, let's play it through your phone.
I don't know how well the
More than
audio is
one way to skin a cat. More than one way to skin a cat. Put it up next to your microphone if you need to, or hold it up next to your.
Let me know how this sounds.
Yeah.
It was regarding some kind of PayPal charge that had been authorized to my PayPal account.
Can you hear it?
And then you have this
Barely.
Hang on.
Okay, hang on just a minute.
That might be
you send it to me through it.
That might be a me. Hang on.
Okay, hang on. Guys, I'm sorry. I do apologize. I had this completely set up and it was working yesterday and I did not get in here. Like I said, life happened to us today. Did not get in here before we went live to double check everything, and that's my bad. So
I may be incredibly loud right now. I may be incredibly loud. Give me just a moment. Does this sound better?
I got it on the 18th, which is today, at 9:57 a.m.
Does that sound better?
Can y'all hear that?
I had to turn off my noise.
Can you let us know if you're hearing it?
I had to turn off my noise cancellation, and
it's not going to be as clear as it would have been.
Hang on.
And
where did I
play it through? You emailed it to me yesterday, didn't you?
I didn't email it to you, no. I sent it to you in a text message. Hang on. You go over the slide. Let me try something.
All right. So while she works on that, I'm going to go over the slide. I think she's covered this one. The next one is be careful about clicking on any links in an email. This particular email did not have a link to be clicked on, and I will go back and show that to you. If you'll notice, and I don't know how well you can see it, I have to enlarge my screen all the way to be able to see. There is 0 links other than you got pay@paypal.com, but I mean, it's not a link that's going to take you to a survey or anything like that. But if you get a link in an email that says, click here. Oh, Anthony says he can hear it. I mean, it sounds good. So, you just want to be careful about that. Also, verify the phone number they're having you to call. It can be as simple as a Google search for the phone number. Often it'll show the number as linked to scams. One thing that I can't stress enough is how much Google is your friend. When it comes to doing your research, they want to elicit that panic that we mentioned before in the way they word the email, as saying your bank it's going to be debited $1,000, you know, for this charge, and you know you didn't make a charge, so you react out of emotion. Definitely take the time to verify the information before you call them back. Because if you do a simple search to look up a number for PayPal, you're probably going to find out that the number they're calling you for is in no way, shape, fashion, or form linked to PayPal or whatever. Also, block your phone number before you call it back. This is just something personally I would recommend. That way they do not have your personal cell phone number. In the case, I did not do that, and the scammer had my phone number, and they were actually able to state back to me the last 4 digits of that phone number. And so what that did is it kind of gave them a little bit of credibility in being able to say, well, is your phone number ending in 4698? You're thinking, well, I just said my phone, the last 4 digits of my phone number out here. But anyway, you know, I'm sitting there saying, yeah, that is, you know, that's the last 4 digits of my phone number. In their mind, and to somebody that's not really knowing what they're going into, you could think that they're actually sitting there looking at your account as opposed to sitting there looking at their caller ID. So something as simple, you know, as having the last 4 digits of your phone number can actually give credibility to the scammer. So, Amy, you got it?
Hang on.
All right. And you're going to hear this kind of, if we can get the audio going, it's going to kind of play out. The next thing, if you do call the number in the email, do not provide them with the information first. One thing that I can suggest to you, and you will hear in this call, is have them tell you the name on the account. Because I bet you, if you don't, because in the case that of the email I did, there was a transaction ID that was provided in the email, but the scammer didn't even ask me for that information. Didn't ask me for an email address, only asked me for the last 4 digits of my phone number, which they had because of the caller ID. So, you know, they didn't have any credible, they didn't have any information for me.
Hey, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Email me the video.
I don't know which one the video is. Apparently they're not working, but hang on. Is it your name and the...
Yeah.
Okay.
At Gmail.
All right, carry on with that, Amy.
Oh, no, never mind. Don't do that.
Okay, I'm back. We are a hot mess tonight. You know that?
Yeah.
Just play it. They said they could hear it through the phone. And a legitimate business will not need to... Oh, wait, did I? Hang on. I skipped. A legitimate business, and I cannot even see what that says. Hang on. Will verify the information before proceeding with the call. Do not provide any personal information until you know the company is legitimate. Just go ahead and play it, Amy, the way.
I have an idea. I saw a message Anthony had said.
Wait a minute. What Anthony?
Tony.
Oh, gotcha. We're going to come back to number 5 here in just a minute.
Ignore the bleh down there.
Ignore the
Trying
bleh.
to see. I was trying to see if I could screen share from my phone.
Bleh.
Bleh.
Well, I appreciate everybody kind of hanging out with us, even though we are just we are tonight.
I cannot screen share through my phone.